All right, so now every page that I've applied the A master has this text box in it, but let's now kind of make it, useful. So I'm going to again Control Shift on this page 2. I'm going to go into it. So let's talk about how you would use oftentimes what I see a mistake that is commonly made is that if say you wanted to add a subhead, and let's just shrink the amount of information we have here. So let's say that we wanted a subhead inside of here. I see this all the time with people that are just getting kind of started with InDesign, is that what they'll do is okay, I want to have a different style. Say it's going to be maybe it's based on paragraph style of body text, and this is like going to be my subhead, and really all I'm just going to do is just make it kind of bold. Maybe it goes up a couple sizes, something like that. So this is going to be subhead, title, some sort. All right. What they'll do is they'll create that, make it the right size, and then they'll kind of shift this down, throw that in there, and all right, it looks about right. That's fine. That's great, right? And if I need to do another one, then I'll just like copy that over. I guess the whole thing. I mean, maybe this needs to shrink. We're going to find the problem with the splitting into columns, so I'm just going to keep that the same. So then, okay, I want to do another one. It's going to be over here, and that's going to have some more text. So I'm just going to throw that in there somehow. Oh man, it doesn't work. So then it's going to be a lot of returning, getting that to align. I mean, this is like brute force, absolutely not very smart. Just kind of throwing it in there, and you hope that you get it right. But then you go, oh, actually, I forgot to write that sentence. So you start writing that sentence, and you keep going. It's like, oh, it's actually going to be an amazing paragraph, and then oh, it shifted. Why did it shift? Because I added another line text, so all my hard returns just kind of added up into something that's going to turn into crisis mode. So this is how you get around that. Don't do it like that. All right, I'm just going to copy this text, so I've got it. Getting rid of the text box. Text boxes are great, but they should be limited. They do not need to be used as much as people would think they need to be used. Because I can paste this in, hit a return, and this is the difference between a paragraph style and character styles. Paragraph styles will apply that style to the entire paragraph. So if I go in here and I tell this to be, well, let's make this the subtitle. So now I've made a new paragraph. I'm going to call this subtitle. And it's taken on these characteristics. I'm going to make sure that now I select it. So now that paragraph. And if I click in here and I hit the subtitle, it's going to do that to the entire paragraph, but it didn't do it to here. Okay? Because it just stops. As soon as you hit a hard return, it stops applying that paragraph style. Okay, so now here's the beauty of subtitle and putting it inside of the actual entire text box. So if we go to W, we have an entire text box here. Is that I can, and then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all these hard returns. Okay, so now if I decide that this text needs to jump over, all I need to do is insert a break, column break. Okay, and then if I need a new subhead here, I just enter it into space that's inside of. Okay, so as this gets longer, you know, it's allowed to kind of hold on to the space. It's not, no, this isn't changing. Now, if I get this and it goes beyond, then of course I have a problem and I've got to deal with it. It allows this to flow naturally. And if I decide that there's another subhead, you know, right inside of here, then it'll flow naturally. Now, I can start to see that I have some issues. The text is really kind of too tight. And I think it's that moment that people start to get kind of text box happy. They go, oh, I can't get the spacing right. Realize that inside of, and let me make sure that this is subtitle has been selected. I have a lot of controls. And inside of here, I can add in indent and spacing, some spacing before, and I could put in some spacing after. So in that sense, you know, I can control the spacing. Everything's allowed to flow naturally. If I decide if I add a sentence, it just flows naturally. All right. So limit text boxes. Text boxes are kind of the they create consistency nightmares. You know, as you change something over and over again. So and you know, the beauty of it is, like, again, if, oh, you know, those subtitles, they don't look quite right. You know, maybe it'd be even better again if I decide that, you know, I want those to be in all caps. You know, and maybe this is where I want to, you know, add that color again. And it changes everywhere, and of course, you know, you can go in and edit. You know, this is, you know, the second one. That's the third one, but you see how powerful that is.